Is it time? Have you reached the point yet? Have you gotten to the point where you will say, I'm just not going to bend over for government anymore? A lot of us passed that a long time ago, but I think it's time we stand up in critical mass and say, no, we're not just going to cower before your tyranny, Washington. We are not simply going to bend over and take it from the district of criminals. We are going to march. And I asked today, to the Adam versus the Man audience, I asked, if I were to go on an illegal, not unlawful, but illegal open carry march on Washington, D.C., to start at the National Cemetery, cross the Memorial Bridge, then circle the Capitol, the Supreme Court, and the White House, would you march armed with me? And the response was overwhelming. And we see the headlines today. 29% of registered voters believe armed revolution might be necessary in the next few years, from CNS News. Might be necessary in the next few years? And the question, you would think, was this suggestive? No, in the next few years, an armed revolution might be necessary in order to protect our liberties. 29% said they agreed. 47% said they disagreed. 18% said neither, 5% unsure, and 1% refused to respond. Well, in times of moral crisis, to remain neutral is to condemn yourself to hell as much as anybody who takes the side of evil. And now we have come to this point where, if for nothing else than to mark the high tide of government, to say that this is it. This is the high watermark. From this point, government shall not pass any more laws, shall not pass any further into our lives, shall back away quietly, shall go peacefully into the night, into the dustbin of history, as humanity learns that freedom is more valuable than security once and for all. So here it is. I've thrown down the gauntlet. I am ready to do this. If we will have a critical mass, this march will happen on Independence Day, on the 4th of July, 2013. Let this 100th anniversary of the Federal Reserve be the beginning of the end. And we already have the event. And this is it. And oh, how Facebook gives us the modern tools of revolution next to the AR-15. The title of the page is Open Carry March on Washington. On the morning of July 4th, 2013, Independence Day, we will muster at the National Cemetery, and at noon we will step off to march across the Memorial Bridge, down Independence Avenue, around the Capitol, the Supreme Court, and the White House, then peacefully return to Virginia across the Memorial Bridge. This is an act of civil disobedience, not a permitted event, as open carrying, in case you couldn't figure it out, was already illegal in the nation's capital, Mordor on the Potomac. We will march with rifles loaded and slung across our backs to put the government on notice that we will not be intimidated and cower in submission to tyranny. We are marching to mark the high water mark of government and to turn the tide. This will be a non-violent event unless the government chooses to make it violent. Should we meet physical resistance, we will peacefully turn back, having shown that free people are not welcome in Washington, and return with the resolve that the politicians, bureaucrats, and enforcers of the federal government will no longer be welcome in the land of the free. If this page gets to 10,000 attendees by June 1st, and we have the critical mass necessary to pull this off, we will march. So please, share this event, spread the word, and invite all your friends. This is where we turn the tide on government. And by simply saying that we will do this, that we will get to the critical mass, that there are enough Americans who have said enough, we cannot lose this fight, this confrontation. We have put the government now. Should we successfully go forward with this course of action in an impossible situation, there are not many options for a government facing a people in revolt. But continuing the status quo is not one of them.
Sir, this is your last warning. Whoa, whoa! Hey!
And this is Law and Order.